Hello and welcome to Attacking Third, a CBS Sports soccer podcast. I'm Sandra Herrera, NWSL lead writer for CBS Sports, joined today, as always, by my colleague and co-host, Lisa Roman, NWSL analyst and broadcaster. And we are here today with a special interview episode, joined today by Carli the Legend Lloyd, U.S. Women's National Team star and Gotham FC star, second most capped player for the United States women's national team, two-time World Cup champion, four-time Olympian, two-time U.S. Soccer Female Player of the Year in 2008 and 2015, two times FIFA Women's Player of the Year in 2015 and 2016. Carli, believe it or not, we had to limit the amount of accolades in your introduction right now. How are you doing today? Welcome to the show.
I actually always feel really awkward when everybody starts reading off my bio. I usually like to get past that part.
It's like boom, 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 one after the other. It's like, how do we limit it, and how do we also pay homage? Well, first, I guess congratulations are in order. Well, fantastic summer. Congrats on coming away with the bronze medal at the Olympics, and congratulations on the announcement of your retirement. The news has settled a little bit since you first announced that, and that you'll be retiring after the NWSL season with Gotham. And after some final U.S. women's national team friendlies this year. So how are you feeling since the announcement, now that maybe fans, teammates, and your family has had a little bit of time to react to the news?
Yeah, it's been, it's a little bittersweet. After playing the bronze medal game, I obviously was wanting to make it to Tokyo 2020 and then figured I'd make a decision after that. It didn't take me that hard and long to make a decision. I just kind of knew, I just felt the timing was right. And there's just so many things that I'm looking forward to doing and being able to do in my life, and spending time with my husband, my family, my friends, and just being able to do things. So I sort of started to tell all the important people at US Soccer. And then obviously in speaking with our PR, Aaron Heifetz, we kind of formulated a plan and figured that, it'd be best to announce it now and sort of have this farewell. And I was unsure of that at first, but happy with that decision. And I think it just kind of gives me time to, let it all sink in. It's the announcement's been made. It's not going to be an abrupt retirement. And I get to just, kind of enjoy these last couple of months. And I know it's been great for the fans. There's been so many incredible signs at games, and they're getting to enjoy it as well. So just trying to savor these last couple of months and enjoy every bit of it. I think that I do become emotional and more emotional every time I step onto the field. Because I know I'm getting closer and closer to that end. So I can imagine playing with the national teams the next 4 games. I'm going to be pretty emotional. So we'll see what happens.
Retirement is a huge decision. And of course, you're emotional. You have every right to be with such an incredible career, and now announcing it. And you said that there was a decision to maybe on when to announce it or when you would actually be retiring. And you're ultimately happy with that decision to announce it right after the Olympics, yet continue to play in the NWSL and with the U.S. women's national team in these friendlies. But why did you make that decision? Like, what was the difference between holding off on the announcement or actually retiring and ending your career right after the Olympics?
Well, I still feel great. It's one of those things where I've committed to the season, with Gotham FC, and I want to see out the rest of the season. We still have an opportunity to make playoffs, and still hungry and chasing an NWSL championship. So, that for me, I always wanted to finish out the year. Obviously the national team gets a little bit tricky. I'm not sure if they're going to be heading abroad in November or not, but it just felt right to figure out where the last game was going to be played at in October. And now this gives me an opportunity to be home for the holidays. The FIFA window would be around, Thanksgiving. So I can just for once be home for the holidays, and not have to prepare and get ready for a January camp, which is going to be so weird. But it's all worked out great, and I'm loving it. Really appreciative of the people that just kind of helped put all this in place. And now we just kind of go out and, like I said, just enjoy every moment I'm out on the field.
When you take a second to look back at a very long, successful career, you have moments that are filled with championships, records, medals, but with all the accolades comes a lot of highs and also the lows. So what would you consider the top moments that defined you, or what are actually some of the low moments that maybe helped you in your career?
I think it's obvious to name all the glorious moments as being the best moments. But those aren't my best moments. Those aren't the moments where I grew and I had to dig deeper. The struggles that I've had, all of the things that I've had to go through. I haven't taken one single shortcut throughout my entire career. I haven't kissed anyone's ass. I have been me. I've done it my way. I've been labeled so many different things over the course of my career, many negative things, which is funny to me because no one knows exactly who I am as a person and player. Everybody just kind of has that perception from afar, and I'm very intense. I'm very driven, very motivated, and just have wanted to be the best soccer player that I possibly can be throughout my career. And that was really all my focus, and to help the team win championships over the course of my career. So I stayed away from all the BS, all the drama, all the clicks, just all of that stuff, because I wanted to pour my heart and soul into making myself the best possible player I could be. So when I look at my journey, I look at all of the struggles, all the obstacles, all of the doubters, all of the negative things that the people have said throughout the course of my career, being benched, being overlooked, all of those things. And that to me is what makes my journey so special, to be able to say that I've done it my way entirely, and has set out on a mission to be the best I possibly can be. Along with that, winning championships. So if I don't have those moments, I don't grow. I don't become a better player. I don't become a better person. And I don't have those spectacular moments out on the field with my team.
With the games coming to a close, only a few left. You mentioned how emotional you're getting game as game comes, and even training. But as you look at these final matches ahead of you in your career, what are you most looking to get out of them? And maybe how has that changed as you're becoming more emotional thinking about this?
Yeah, I think, throughout the course of my career, I've just been this, tough as nails, iced out Carli. And I haven't shown much emotion throughout my career. I've just been, flipping the chapters, one chapter after the next, getting ready, preparing. And I've now reached the last chapter. There's a few more pages left to be written, and it's emotional. And I don't know if that's, just coming at the tail end of my career, or, me being in a different mindset, just in life in general, being a bit older. There's all those things contributing to it. And not that I've let my guard down a little bit, but I think that, the heart felt Carli has been coming out a little bit more, and I'm embracing it. I'm enjoying it. And I think that I've just had this love and appreciation for the game in these last year or so, especially in these last couple of months, where I'm just smiling. I'm just literally savoring every moment I'm out on the pitch, whether it's a training field, whether it's grinding away, doing stuff on my own, with my team, just trying to soak it all in, because I know once that final whistle comes and I walk off the field for the last time, it's going to be extremely hard. And, it's sort of given me this build to prepare for it. I don't think you're ever prepared for it, but I am ready. And I think that that's the beauty in kind of, getting to this next step is knowing I gave it everything I had. I have no regrets, and I can walk away proud and, with my head held high.
It's so delightful to sort of hear you talk about fusing these two different parts of yourself, the iced out Carli, and now sort of letting the emotional side kind of come in. And since the announcement, you have competed in some games with New Jersey, New York, Gotham FC in NWSL. So what has sort of the mindset been in terms of the match day training and the preparation for the remaining weeks with Gotham in NWSL? You don't strike me as the type of person to sort of have senioritis and kind of coast. Has it shifted at all, the iced out training, or is it really that combination of the two elements, like you said?
No, I mean, I'm still doing my same routine. I'm still doing extra running. I'm maybe not, grinding away as much on my own doing ball stuff, but I've got my team training, and the preparation is all the same, but I would say I'm just, more relaxed. There's literally no pressure. I have played with 16 some years of pressure, and always feeling that pressure and inviting that pressure. But it is such a weird space to be in when I don't have pressure. There's no next step for me. There's no continuing to prove to Vlaco and to prove to the world that I belong. So it's a weird space to be in, but it's actually an enjoyable space to be in, because I feel like I'm more in the moment in each game. You still see the intense Carli out on the field. I'm still tackling. I'm still getting yellow cards. I'm still perhaps yelling at the referees. But it's just a different feel. And I would imagine the same is going to be with the national team. Obviously a little bit of a different atmosphere. I hope, and I'm sure we're going to have a packed stadium. So I'm going to probably find myself just looking around in the crowd, and soaking it all in, because that's what I'm going to miss the most. Of course I'm going to miss the grind, but I'm going to miss, just playing in front of the fans, being in big moments, scoring big goals in world championships. I was watching the men play the other night, and just seeing Brendan Aronson, who actually lives in the town that I live in now, score that goal in front of that crowd. I mean, that is what I'm going to miss. And I'm never going to get that again, come after October. So just want to soak it all in and enjoy every moment I can.
Looking at your post-retirement life and all the relaxation that is to come, you still have to take care of your body and make sure you're healthy and strong. I hear that you've partnered with CBD Medic, Active Sport, the pain relief ointment. How will this help you in your post-career, post-retirement life?
Yeah. So this partnership actually came at a really important time when I had my surgery in 2020 on my knee. It was my first surgery I'd ever had. And just kind of dealing with that pain that I was having in my knee coming back from surgery. I've been using the CBD Medic by Charlotte's Web, the Active Sport pain relief stick, which I've got here. And then the arthritis pain relief ointment, which has been great. And it just relieves kind of that temporary pain. I actually still, it's kind of part of my routine, my game day routine, my training routine, putting it on right before training, right before games. But it's been truly critical in my recovery process. And, I think speaking to myself of just kind of doing things my way throughout my career, I've only partnered with companies that I really believe in and that share a similar belief. And, for me, wanting to be better every single day, CBD Medic family is the same. They share the same belief, and we both want to give back and encourage people to, just kind of emulate that drive to be the best version of themselves. So when my career ends with soccer, I'm still going to be wanting to play tennis, golf, probably go skiing now that I haven't been able to ski. So it's going to probably be important that I continue to have these products, because I'm not getting any younger, even though my knee's feeling good. So these products have been just a lifesaver towards the end of my career. And I know that I'm going to be probably most likely using them, because I won't be able to stay still. I'm going to have to stay active for sure.
Carli Lloyd, it's been a delight chatting with you. Let's put a cap on it. Thank you so much for your time. But in our coverage of the league and the sport and chatting with players like yourself or coaches or otherwise, there's so often the discussion of the mantra of grow the game, right? Or leave it better than you found it. We hear that so often when we're talking to so many players as they're making their exit from the game. So as you are making your exit professionally, what are some things that you feel have grown since you have started playing pro, and perhaps some things that you would like to see still improved on?
I think that it's come a long way. I think that there's still a lot of growth, and just in terms of being professional, some field situations, I think need to be better, but I think that overall the fan base is growing. We're going to have, a lot more teams in the league next year. So we have to just continue to keep those standards in check. I hope that it just continues to keep improving each and every year.
Thank you so much for your time today. Carli Lloyd joining us on Attacking Third. We'll be watching. We heard the Carli Lloyd tour is going to be quite rambunctious. So good luck the rest of the way. We'll be watching. We'll be covering. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you both. Appreciate it.